Here we go. Find. Yep, it's in the group. Time, excellent. And then, yep, I will make a note in a second. I always forget to do that bit. There we go. I'm really enjoying these webinars actually. They're quite cool, quite fun. I make them a week.
Clever.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, I'm going to hand over the power in a second to you. But yeah, you can see people are tuning in now. So welcome to Joe, Samantha, Sylvie, Rachel. Good afternoon again. A couple of people tuning in for the third or fourth time this week. Let's some of the names. Welcome back. A few minutes just for people to drop in. Hopefully they've not kind of gone out in the garden just yet. To share.
Can't blame them if they have.
Absolutely. Right, cool. I can now make you host. Yeah, so I suppose, Rachel, while we're waiting for those guys to drop in, what have you been what changes have you made in the last 2 or 3 months to build the way you're doing business? Anything you want to share?
To be honest, I've been as busy as anything. The only things that I've not been doing are the face-to-face one-to-ones and the workshops. Everything else has been just the same as normal, more of it, and plenty of Zoom training. I've had a bit of reputation management to do for clients as well, who have suddenly catapulted with their businesses with the climate, because they've got maybe online food delivery service that, one of them in particular that shot up by 12-fold overnight, as right at the beginning, when the shelves were starting to get a bit bare of meat. They just literally skyrocketed, and of course didn't have the capacity to set up to cope with it. So yeah, I've been helping businesses like that really. But I haven't stopped. It's just been full on since.
Good. Yeah, definitely. Glenn was saying earlier in the presentation too that for the businesses have obviously really linked to survive, like the bars and restaurants, and then other sectors like the food or the hand sanitizers. Here we've got a few more people dropping in. Excellent. Cool. So we'll probably make it start. The session will be recorded anyway, so those latecomers can always catch back up. Quick introduction from me. So I'm Chris Morris, the co-founder of Shoe Social Media and Digital U. This is Digital U's 3rd year of running. This year, difference being it's online for obvious reasons. But the whole premise is to help people in business educate and get up to speed with, I suppose, the changing world does not been on many businesses and the changes they've had to do. I hate the word pivot, but it makes sense. Many businesses have changed the way they're doing it at the moment. So the premise is we've got a week-long lineup of speakers, and Rachel's kindly given up her time this afternoon to come and get some nuggets and knowledge and how to, I suppose, utilise an unknown feature within Facebook and Instagram. So I'm going to hand you over in a second. Quick bit of housekeeping. If you've got any questions and want to ask anything, that's great. Please drop them in the chat. If you can use the Q&A function, even better. Ask them throughout. At the end, we'll have a bit of a Q&A. So the session should be about 30-35 minutes or so, and then we can all get out and shine and go from there. So I've known Rachel for a number of years now. Fantastic woman, and she's been involved with our charity, our Passion Fiesta, and really helped us on a personal level with that as well. So yeah, I'll hand that over to you. Over to Rachel. Screen share now.
Okay. Okay, hello everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Thanks, Chris, for that introduction, and thanks to the Shoe team as well for all the hard work that they've done getting me on here. That's really appreciated. As I say, welcome to everyone. I'm Rachel Moore from Rachel Moore Social Media. I help businesses learn how to use social media. So I train them or I manage accounts for them as well. And I've basically worked in marketing since I was about 24. So I'll let you all do the calculations, but it's been a long time, I can tell you that. So today we're going to talk about ways that you can post obviously your Facebook and Instagram posts, and also how you can post stories to Instagram, but more importantly from your desktop, because it's not always conducive to do it from your mobiles. It is a bit finicky. So let's just crack on. I've got some screen shares for you to sort of run you through the cycle of how it works, and hopefully at the end of it you'll have a better understanding. So Facebook Creator Studio is Facebook's own system for scheduling posts. You may be familiar with it. It is quite a new system, although you have been able to schedule through Facebook for many years. Creator Studio itself is reasonably new. So we'll just touch on that to begin with. I've done you a nice special page there for Digital You, a training page. And to access the Creator Studio, you need to go to the publishing tools, and you access that via your page or your business page. And then you go to the section that says more. There's a little drop down arrow, and then you will see publishing tools. The other option is that actually publishing tools may well be sat in that white bar at the top. It sort of depends what platform you're viewing it on. So you should find it in one of those two places. So once you've clicked publishing tools, you then get taken to this page where you can see tools, and then just below tools is the Creator Studio. So that's the way that you would access Creator Studio. You know that you're in Creator Studio because in the top left it tells you that you're in Creator Studio, and the big blue bar across the top shows you that you're in Facebook's section of Creator Studio, and you can see the icon to the right of the Facebook logo. That instigates that you're into the Instagram section, and it will switch to purple, as you'll see as we go along. So I'll do a quick dashboard walkthrough for you, make it very quick. Over to the left-hand side is the dashboard, and we're going to cover the home, the content library, and very briefly the insights today. But there is the inbox, monetization, and the rights manager, creative tools, and pages, which are all extra things within this section. Basically, the inbox is really just where your messages go from the pages. The monetization is for, well, it's really to encourage people who are doing videos to upload the videos into Facebook as opposed to YouTube, and then they can monetize them pretty much like they do on YouTube, because at the moment there isn't really much of an incentive for people to do that. They'd rather put it on YouTube because then they can earn money from it. The rights manager is really about protecting and monitoring content, but I believe you have to apply for that. And the creative tools is probably the only one that you'd be interested in at this stage, other than the inbox. And the creative tools actually has a sound collection, so it's got music that you can use and download legally and upload with your videos. So that might be of interest. And then the pages section is really just an overview of all the pages that you have a role on, so that you might be an admin or an editor on. So creating and scheduling Facebook posts to start off with. So from the Creator Studio, you can see just below it on the left, it has a create post. If you click on that, it will show you the page that you own, if you just own one page. If you've got multiple pages, then there's a little arrowhead to the right hand side of it. If you click that, you can navigate your way to the page that you want to work with. So you'll see it says choose the page you want to view, and then if you scroll down, you can actually select the page that you want. I've had to blank all that out, I'm afraid, so that, well, just to keep it private with it being clients. But you can unselect all of the ones that are ticked and select the ones that you want, or you can vice versa. And then you can click view, and it will take you knowingly to that one page that you want to work on, or you can actually post to multiple pages if you wish to do that. So you would tick the multiple pages. So once you've done that, you're set up. Then you get the option to create a post, add a story, upload a video, multiple videos, go live, or post across different pages. We're literally just going to look at the create a post today. So creating a post gives you, it's got two ways of doing that. i.e. you can click the one that we've highlighted there, or you can click where it says post something. Either way, you're going to go to the same section, which is this section that I've highlighted here. And again, you would just complete the post as you would an ordinary post. So you'd put the text in that you want to say within that post, and then you would choose whether you want to upload a single image or multiple images, whether you want a video or whatever it is that you choose from that menu. Then, well, actually, I've just put there, that's what you do if you upload one image. If you want to upload 2 images, you can just do it there manually. And then what you do is you can either share it immediately, or if you want to, you can click the little downward arrow, and that brings up several other options for you, one of them being to schedule. I think I've blown that up for you to have a look at there. So you can see once you click the schedule button, it then brings up the date and the time, and all you do is choose the date and the time that you want, click schedule, and then actually you do have to click schedule post again, and I have to say that's caught me out a few times. I think that I've scheduled it and it just sits there waiting for me to give it the final go ahead. So that's really just creating a post straight from within Facebook. Now you can create Facebook stories from within Facebook on your desktop as well, which could be quite handy. And it's the same sort of principle as with creating a post, except you click add a story as opposed to create the post. And again, you've got the 2 options of doing it. Either way will take you to that same window, where again, you've got the choice of clicking on the page that you actually want to create that story for. Once you click on that, you'll be taken to this window where you can add a photo and you can add some text. If you add the text, you can see I've already added the photo, nice digital you photo again. If you add the text, you're then given the option to create a headline, and you can put that into different colours. And you can also use different fonts to suit what you want to do. And if you drag and drop the text into the position that you want it to go in. So then you can also add a button. That just means that you can link out. So you could have a shop now, or a learn more, see more, book now, get directions kind of option. And what it'll do is if you click the option you want, it will then give you the option to add in your URL or your website link, being the same thing. So now if you look at the image I've created, you can see that I've dragged and dropped the digital U to the top, and I've added a shop now button at the bottom. And then what will happen is you share to your story. Now there is no option, as I say, to schedule this as yet. I'm sure Facebook will bring that in as they go along, but at the moment you haven't got that option. So you are literally creating it and sharing it immediately. So the content library was the second element as you went down that menu. The content library is really where you can overview all the videos and photos and links and text posts that you've created for your page or the different pages, which is quite handy if you've been scheduling multiple posts. You might want to go back and just make sure that you've got all the right dates and all the right times for each of the posts. So this is where you would go and do that. So if you click onto the content library, it will bring up this screen, and this is where you will see all of your posts that are, well, all of the posts, whether they've been published or whether they're scheduled. I've obviously only got one on here because that's the only one that I did. But if you, and you can see that the all posts is highlighted in blue. If you were to click the all published, that would go blue, and that would show you the posts and only the posts that are published. And likewise, if you go to the scheduled, that will turn blue, and that will show you the only posts that you have scheduled, which is a really handy option. So those are the posts in that section. Those are your options for drafts or scheduled or expired. And then you've got the post type. If you're wanting to search for a particular post that you have that's either been running or scheduled, you've got some options here that you can use. So the post type gives you things like the searching facility for videos or via text or via live or via links. If you use the post status, that's really things like posts that you've already scheduled or posts that you've already shared or public posts. The third one along, the all time, is obviously dates and times, and then you've got some extra filters to the right of that. So that's really just about searching and finding that content, and you'll be able to see that you can do that with your posts and your stories. So the insights are basically just data on the video and story performance, plus your video audience demographics and retention. So that's basically just some data and some analytics on the videos that you've been putting out, or your stories that you've been putting out, if you've been doing that. Obviously this is showing nothing because I haven't been doing anything on behalf of Digital You. It's just a section that you should be aware of, because you might want to see how many minutes of a video have been viewed, who the followers are, and also it'll tell you the demographics of those people who have viewed the video. So that's again quite handy to know about. Okay, so creating and scheduling Instagram posts is pretty much the same scenario really, but whereas we've got the blue band at the top with the Facebook logo, if we toggle across to the Instagram icon, you'll see it turns to purple, which helps you decide or quickly establish whether you're about to post on Facebook or about to post on Instagram. And then it's the same principle again as to making sure that you are going to post to the right page. You can use a little downward arrow to work out which page you want to go onto. And then you'll see that you're offered Instagram feed, so you can post to the Instagram feed, or you can create an Instagram TV video, but it doesn't give you the option to do a story at this stage, but that might change knowing Facebook. So if you, let's say that you go for the Instagram feed first, this is where you would come to. Again, you just choose the page that you want. That's obviously my page, so I would click out that page, and then it's going to ask you for your content, your location, and then the image, and then you can publish, or you can use the little arrowhead. It's all about the little arrowheads in this training, I'm afraid, but you can use the little arrowhead to the right, and then it pops up the schedule option, and again it just offers you the dates and the times. You choose what you want, and then away you go and schedule it. If you want to upload and schedule to the Instagram TV, obviously you just click the IGTV option, and again choose the page, and then you can upload the video from your desktop. You can create a custom image for the cover, and then you've also got the option of where you want your post to appear. So you can do a preview to the feed if you want, or you can just put it straight onto your page, and then you can schedule that again via the little arrowhead to the right hand side. It'll give you the date and the time for you to choose from again. So just to recap on that, so from your Facebook Creator Studio, you can create and schedule posts for Facebook and Instagram. You can create and immediately post stories to Facebook, and you can upload and schedule Instagram TV, but you can't schedule Facebook or Instagram stories. So how do you schedule stories to Instagram from your desktop? There is a platform called Storito.com. Don't know if anybody is familiar with it, but it's quite a handy little tool. and you obviously have to set up an account. Once you've set the account up, it is free. There is a paid version, there is a free version. On the free version, you can have 10 posts in a month or 10 stories in a month for free, which may well be enough. If you want any more than that, you have to upgrade. So you basically have a gallery, and you can choose a file to upload. And then you have what's called a new empty story. If we click into there, it brings you to this big add button. And then you can choose the colors of the background. It then takes you through to where you can add the text and the image, hashtags, the usual things that you would see inside Instagram on your phone. So that's all pretty clear and straightforward. Then you design the post that you want the story that you want to post. You can see I've done another digital you. So once that's all sorted, you can literally just click save, and then it sits in the uploaded files, and then you can schedule. It gives you the option to post and schedule. You would click on that if you want to edit it. You would click on that if you want to use any templates. That's a different story, but we'll just concentrate on the scheduling for now. Click schedule, and then it'll ask you a few questions. So you select the Instagram account that you want to send it to. Number 2 is only applicable if you've got the 10,000 followers. But then number 3, you would click to actually post it now or to schedule. And again, it gives you the date and the time options, and then you literally just click schedule, and it goes from there. So in closing, those are really the prices for Storito if you're interested in it. If you need more than 10 posts or stories per month, you probably want to look at the standard account, which is £12 a month. But it does provide you with an option. There is another platform called later.com that you can post stories to Instagram, but to use the stories facility, you have to be on the paid account. So this does give you a free option before you want to upgrade to a paid option. And that's probably about it, I think. I presume we'll be going over to questions now.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much, Rachel. Yeah, I love the step-by-step. The arrows were cool, actually. Just kind of, actually, yeah, that makes sense. It's there, it's there, it's there.
Yeah.
It's easy to follow, so useful. I've just dropped the links to those 2 places in the chat as well. Yeah, I suppose you guys, any questions from delegates, attendees, anything you'd love to ask Rachel while she's here? We've got about 7 minutes, hopefully, so there's some questions, hopefully, that's floating around. Come on, ask a question, don't be shy.
Yeah, that's it. Come on. I'm happy to answer them.
We got one. First one. Are stories worth doing on Facebook?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very much so. Facebook and Instagram. I think sometimes these stories actually get more traction than the news feed these days. So yeah, definitely have a go at doing them, and you can do both and then test them, see which ones work better for you.
Yeah, I think that's a sensible way of doing it. Always testing.
Yeah. I didn't use that throughout the presentation though, did I? I didn't use the word test, which is unusual.
I'll be doing that tomorrow, that way. I'll be about testing in mine. Another one. What is the difference between a story and a post?
And a post. Well, basically stories have their own feed, and what you'll find is that stories tend to be higher in the feed, don't they? They tend to be at the top, so people seem to see them before they see the actual posts. I don't know how to describe how different they are, really. It's a totally different feed, and some people will only go on stories and some people will go on both stories and the news feed themselves, and that's the same for both Instagram and Facebook. Yeah,
I think there's another difference for me would be the ephemeral content. They only are there for a set period of time before they disappear.
Of course they do, yeah.
Well,
And also, yeah, that's one of the really big ones. The other thing, actually, thinking about it on Instagram, if you're trying to put an Instagram feed together that looks really pretty and aesthetic, if you've got something, say a flash sale, that would lose totally the aesthetics of your grid on Instagram, you could do that as a story, and then it's been and gone. You can save a story to a story highlight on a business page, but it wouldn't affect the look of your Instagram feed.
Thank you. That's good answer. A couple more from Rachel. Does Insights on Creator Studio just report on video posts or wording posts?
No, I think it's just on the videos. I was having a quick look at it myself because I haven't actually done a video, so I wasn't 100% sure on that, but it just seemed to suggest it was the videos. You might know differently if you've used it. I haven't actually used that facility.
No, I'm still getting to grips with the new Creator Studio stuff. We're still selling the third-party apps like Buffer and Hootsuite, to be honest. But we've been aware of the new thing. No, with the Creator, and I think you can mock up Facebook ads as well in there, which is something I can look at. But,
yeah. It's I guess it's going to be quite an incredible tool, but it'll take a little bit of working out and a little bit of patience, and actually it is a bit of a fag to try to get to it compared to how you used to do a scheduled post, because you could just create it and then schedule it, and now you've got to go to the publishing tools, the creator, and in you go. But yeah, it will be worth it.
Hopefully it'll make the user journey simpler. One button, click. Hey, imagine that.
That's not Facebook though, is it?
No, absolutely not. How long do stories last on Facebook?
24 hours, isn't it?
Also, probably same as Instagram. Yeah. Next one, that's a quick and easy one. Two more I've got in here. Should you put the same story or post on Instagram and Facebook?
Well, everybody seems to have different ideas here, but I suppose mine would be that depends really on who your audience is. You've got to think that Instagram has got quite a young audience compared to Facebook. Facebook tends to go across the spectrum of ages really, but I think the last figures I looked at was something like 70% of Instagram users are under 35. I think that might be changing because I think we oldies are actually finally getting into it, but the majority of people are younger. So really, depending upon what it is that you're selling or providing a service, you might want to tailor your content to a younger audience on Instagram and a more general audience on Facebook.
Yeah, so you might consider different wording, different hashtags, different visuals.
Yeah.
I'd agree 100% with that. Your audience
will dictate really which platform you go on.
And then I think the final question, so a simple one, is Facebook Creator Studio better than Hootsuite or other similar scheduling tools?
Well, you can only schedule to Facebook and Instagram because Facebook owns Instagram. So obviously they're the only two that you can use inside the Creator Studio. So you will still always need Hootsuite or Buffer or whatever one that you're using to schedule to the others.
I think the key thing there will be if you're just using Facebook and Instagram as your main toolkit, I suppose it's going to be free. That's the one that keeps you on there with your content and your data and all that stuff. So yeah, from a financial perspective, it'll be cheaper. And the last question, would you also do different content on stories versus posts?
That I think that I would probably test that. I would certainly be on Instagram. I would certainly be doing different content in the stories if I was trying to keep that nice aesthetic look of the grid. Definitely in that case. But I would test and see how you get on, because you might find that the stories is outperforming the newsfeed, or you might find that with your particular industry, the newsfeed might outperform the stories. If you do, you could try doing the same a few times and then look at the analytics, and then you could try different things and again look at the analytics and see which ones seem to be proving the best. Everybody's different, aren't they? It is a bit of a trial and error to some degree.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I had to mute myself temporarily. They had a Harley Davidson across the road, and up the engine, so it's quite loud.
Couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I had to mute it very quickly because like impression. I think that's it for questions. We've got lots of feedback saying thank you. Brilliant.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah.
Hope it was helpful.
Yeah, I found it really useful. I'm saying it's a relatively new tool for me. So to just find my way around it, that was cool. And I suppose it was really helpful for those that have really no idea about Facebook and Instagram. So thank you very much. Someone says, thank you very much, Rachel. Very useful indeed. Yeah. So closing statement, that's what for me. We've got a few more webinars tomorrow on Friday. We're doing a quiz at 4 o'clock on Friday as well. So please join us for that. Bring your own choice of drink and beverage, but we're going to be doing a pub quiz. I know what mine will be, but that's just me. That's it from me. Any closing statements from you, Rachel?
No, just thank you to everybody at SHU for, you know, the great conference that you're doing and the hard work that you've all put in. We can tell it's been hard work by all the posts and things that have been going out on social media. So yeah, thank you for letting me be part of it. And if anybody needs any help, they know how to get hold of me.
Yeah, absolutely. You can probably see just below Rachel's name, email address there, rachel@rachelmallsocialmedia.com. Do drop an email, even if I'm sure it's just a generic question or if you want a conversation. Rachel's a fantastic person, so I'm sure she can help you as well.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good evening. Enjoy the sun. Bye. I'm off to the garden.
Absolutely. Bye.
Yeah, I've done tomorrow. Tomorrow's session. Oh, Rachel, you need to make me host, please, so I can pause the recording.
Okay, how do we do that?
So, pitch me 3 dots, make host.
There we go.
Hey, perfect. Recording.